Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton have already clashed ahead of this weekend's Austrian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has called out Lewis Hamilton after the seven-time champion urged F1 bosses to change a key rule. Hamilton said teams should not be able to work on next year's car designs until later in the year. He believes such a rule would help stop dominant teams like Red Bull from enjoying a major advantage. The Briton said Red Bull are cruising, and predicted they have probably already turned their attention to their 2024 car. But Verstappen rejected Hamilton's theory as he made a subtle dig at his Mercedes rival. He told Sky Sports F1, "We weren't talking about that when he was winning his championship, so I don't think we should now. That's how Formula One works. When you have a competitive car it's great, but at one point you also have to look at the next year. They should also not forget when they were winning how it was looking, and if people would comment on these kind of things they would comment a bit different. But that's how it goes in Formula One." Hamilton called for changes on Thursday after admitting Red Bull were so far ahead that they don't have to make any changes to this car anymore. The team have won every race so far this season, with the squad enjoying a stunning 154-point advantage in the Constructors' Championship standings. Hamilton explained, "I think the FIA should probably put a time when everyone is allowed to start developing next year's car. Say August 1st, that's where everybody can start so that no one can get an advantage on the next year, cause that sucks. It would make more sense. Say for example you start the season and you know you have a bad car, you can just say, I'm not going to bother developing this car and put all this money into next year's car and have an advantage. We never started as early as them, and it needs to change because that's why you have dominance for so long and they keep allowing it to happen." Hamilton's remarks come just weeks after Red Bull boss Christian Horner admitted there had been some attention on next year's RB20. Horner reined in expectations as he accepted the squad was still finding the balance in development, but admitted some early work had been done to offset their cost cap penalty. In Canada, he told Sky Sports F1, "Obviously, because we have a lot less wind tunnel time, we have to start thinking a lot about next year. We're spinning a couple of plates at the moment, but, with the regulations being stable, whatever we learn this year we carry into next year as well. Of course, there are things that we'll keep bringing to this year's car, but a lot of the focus now back in the factory is already on next year."